Blessed Wednesday, everyone. This is Jordan. You guys are now tuned into episode 22 of The Black Sheep with your amazing host, Jordan. Today, we do have a special guest hitting our platform from Waukegan, Illinois. He is the founder of ImpactAMillion. He is also one of our amazing vendors that are going to be at our event this Saturday. I would love to welcome young entrepreneur Johnie to the platform. Welcome, Johnie.
Hey, Jordan. How you doing?
Good, bro. How about yourself?
Hey, I'm doing well, man. I want to say thank you for the opportunity to get on your platform to speak this afternoon.
Yeah, 100%. For starters, tell us a little bit about yourself, your starting story.
Yeah, man. So I'm originally born and raised in Waukegan, Illinois, and I still live out there, obviously, for right now. But my goal is to really venture out with my business to actually move eventually, get away from the family and stuff like that. But not saying it's a bad thing, but when you're in a path of growth, you want to really position yourself to have the best opportunity and things like that. So working since I was 15 years old, and I still had that grind within me, that's when I know that entrepreneurship is for me.
I love that. That's all amazing. So give us a little bit about some of the obstacles and levels that you had to go through to overcome all those steps of failure and to help bring that dream of yours to reality.
Yeah, that's a great question, man. So when I first got introduced to entrepreneurship, I was around 23, 24. And it was a platform it was a traveling platform. So when I got introduced to the opportunity, I did not know what entrepreneurship was. I just wanted to travel. And that's how I got aboard of that platform. But as I looked into it, I was like, you know what? Maybe it can be for me in that moment of time. Because at that moment of time, my father had just passed away. He passed away of cancer. And so it was a lot of pressure on me because I am, at the time, was the man of the house now, the next man up, with my sister living with my mom, and then my older brother who had just recently got married at the time in 2011. So in 2012, when my dad passed away, it was a lot of stuff going on. So that was one obstacle. As a young Black man in America, a lot of people don't really understand it. Like working a full-time job, just recently graduated from high school in 2009, and I was still trying to figure out like where's my place, and then all this stuff happened. So fast forward, when I got introduced to entrepreneurship, it was more of, you know what, everything I've been going on in the mindset that I had before. I didn't have like a bad mindset, but it was always on a worker's mindset. Like I was always working and not going anywhere, working with people that really didn't have the true foundation of what I really wanted. Like I kept coming into work and then just really following their system. And sometimes people come into work and they didn't do anything. I end up doing all the work. So when I got introduced to that platform, I was like, this is for me. So I took a lot of trips, and then I got really introduced to really changing my mindset. It was like a rewire of the mindset of I've always been doing this, but at the same time, I can still get a life that I want if I want to put in the work, like the real work, the mindset behind it. And so that was one of the obstacles in the beginning of entrepreneurship, because it was a lot of family things going on, and not saying that we wasn't really close. We were the family that really didn't talk about a lot of our feelings. We would just go. But unfortunately, when I became an entrepreneur, now it's like they're looking at me like I'm Tommy off of Martin, don't have a job. Because at the end of the day, unfortunately, at the end of the day, it's like you're putting in work, but everything's on the back end of it. So I was still working my regular job at the time. So I used to work at the military base in North Chicago. I'm not sure if you're aware about that area, but I used to work at the military base, and I was getting paid every 2 weeks from that. But then I was getting paid every week with my company. But a lot of people who did not stay behind dropped out like flies. And so I was like, man, I'm building a team. But now it's like, okay, now they're not a part of it. Like, who's a part of it? I'm pretty sure, like, in the aspect of networking in the industry like that, it's going to be kind of hard to get the right people. So that was my first stint of it. And then I'll let you know, like, my second stint, which is now a little bit later.
Cool. No, I love that. And first off, obviously apologize for things that have happened in the past. But I always say that the past is who dictates your future. So, you have to establish your groundwork back then to become the person that you are today. Right. So tell everybody a little bit of I know you're the founder of ImpactAMillion, but tell a little of the viewers a little bit about what ImpactAMillion is and what you're currently doing, and if that has always been a vision of yours.
Yeah, thank you for that. It always has been a vision of mine. When I was a younger kid, a lot of the times when we become adults, like we still have the dream as a kid that always was there, but it was a series of fortunate events. Like maybe some people pass away in the family. Sometimes you may have to move. You have to get away from people. Like there's just so many things that get you away from your vision. And so when I became the founder of ImpactAMillion, #ImpactAMillion, it's basically all about, man, like I'm in the aspect of networking. And when I got into the financial industry, this is after COVID. When I currently work at Amazon, for those of you who don't know me, currently work at Amazon, I've been there for the last 7 years. But when COVID happened, matter of fact, this is a 3-year anniversary since the world shut down. So I'm going to be posting about that on my own platform. But I literally saw a lot of my coworkers who were told by Amazon at the time that, hey, look, you are essential workers. But if the schedule does not work out for you, you have to find something to do. Meaning that, going back to my single moms, I worked with a lot of single moms. I literally saw HR at our building at the time was, hey, look, we understand the school's out at this time, but you still have to come in. You are an essential worker. So just imagine that they didn't have a business opportunity. Just imagine that they're forced to make a decision that they don't need to be making in that moment of time. It's like a reactive situation because my coworkers, they have babysitters they have to pay. They have school. So how can you go to work and then you have to be back home to deal with the situation? I felt like that wasn't right. And if they had a platform where they wasn't classified as essential workers, that would have been better. So when I got into the financial industry in 2021, it was actually, I got on it on January 1st, 2021. It was my New Year resolution at the time. I was like, man, I saw all this stuff. Went down with my coworkers at Amazon. And it wasn't just any Amazon at the time. It was Amazon in Kenosha, Wisconsin. So when Jacob Blake got shot, with all this stuff that was going on and all the racial tension that was between that, we seen Kyle Rittenhouse at the time that was in that situation where he ended up shooting people at I think it was not a parade. It's one of those rallies. I can't think of the actual name right now, but he shot someone at the rally. Then they set cars on fire on Sheridan Road in Kenosha. It was a lot of stuff going on. So for me, as somebody who worked at Amazon in Kenosha, there was a supervisor for many of my people. It was really tough at the end of the year. So going into 2021, I was like, you know what? I have to find something that I got to do so I can help a lot of people. I've seen a lot of destruction. I've seen a lot of all this stuff going on. It was a lot of politics because time has slowed down for everyone. And now everyone want to handle the situation of like racism and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we still had a job to do at the time. So when I got into the financial industry, I was like, you know what, I could really learn this so I can impact 1 million people. Eventually, I'm going to impact 1 million people myself, but then those 1 million people will turn into billions of people. That was my vision. Because if I could personally impact 1 million people, then 1 billion people will fully be impacted later down the line. We're giving them a platform, give them a chance to see there's something different in life than just to be an essential worker again if the world was to shut down.
No, that's honestly all amazing. Obviously, I know people are going to call me crazy for this, but shout out to COVID era. I started to say that either you woke up and became a lion, or sadly to say is you got discouraged and hid away. A big thing is too many masks of a lot of people got put on due to COVID. And with the Black Sheep, a little bit about ourselves is to help people reveal that mask and to show their true identity of who they really are, their brand, their mission, and their power. Which leads me to my next question. How, in your eyes, I know obviously people have different opinions on this, but in your opinion, how and why is being consistent and dedicated so important in your eyes?
Wow, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked that because the consistency is key to anything that you're doing, because if you're in the aspect of business and things like that, people will see how serious you are, because maybe in that moment in time, everybody has different seasons that they go through with their own self. There's the seasons of life, and there's the seasons of what we're dealing with. So maybe that person has a winter season. They've been going through a lot of stuff in their personal life, but because you've been consistent on social media, putting great positivity out there, and doing the other things that you need to do for not only just for your business, but it could also be a therapy for yourself. You know, a lot of us go through so many different things that when we do see a business opportunity, it wasn't there for us. I'm sorry, it was always there for us, but it wasn't our season to like really grasp and understand it. And so because you're putting out the positivity and things like that, maybe that other person might say, you know what, I didn't want to go at the opportunity before, but maybe that business or platform or whatever that they're doing is helping them change their life. Maybe they're around more people that's going to get them to the next level. So why is this person elevating by themselves and I don't even have a chance to elevate? So when you're elevating and we help enough people elevate, you're just going to help other people like get to the next level, and you're just going to elevate by default. And that's what it's all about. Because you are being consistent, you're waking up every single day. Like, you got to have that Kobe Bryant mentality. That's what I always live by.
Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant.
Right, exactly. And so that's what I always live by, like very hard work. I'm coming from a hard working middle class, and I've been working since I was 15 years old. So I've been in the job field. I'm 32 years old now. May not look like it, but thank God for youth. But at the same time, like I've seen at these jobs where it's also a system, but you also got to be consistent in that. Because the more you're consistent doing your regular job as well, too, a lot of opportunities will open for those who want it. Even with business, the more consistency you do in your business, the more opportunity is for growth. And that's what I've always wanted. And that's why I'm very consistent at what I'm doing outside of my 9 to 5.
That's amazing, and I honestly love every single topic that you hit on. And you actually hit on one of the big key aspects, which leads me to my next point, which is teamwork. You know, collaborating with people. For all my athletes out there, that people that played sports in the past, you know, at the end of the day, you can't go to a Super Bowl, you can't go to the championship with one person. You have to do it as a teamwork. In your eyes, what does it mean to work together with somebody to achieve that same out goal that you guys want to achieve?
Yeah. So in my personal opinion, I feel like teamwork is everything. You have to have the right people, though. It all has to like line up with a particular goal they have in mind. You know, the difference between a job and entrepreneurship sometimes is like at a job, we all get our tasks, and the goal for the company at that period of time is to achieve what we need to do. The problem with that sometimes is one person can be doing 120% of the work as opposed to somebody else who's doing 70. So you'll never get a chance or opportunity to actually grow. So as far as a team, like communication is key for everything, but they have to understand it's 3 C's of communication, which is communication, comprehension, and connection. So with the management team, and that's what John C. I'm really big on John C. Maxwell. Like, I'm making an effort to listen to leadership every single day from John C. Maxwell every day when I wake up, going back to consistency, what I was talking about earlier. But if you don't have the 3 C's of communication for a team, you will never be successful, because at the end of the day, everyone communicates. But when you're having a conversation with that team, does that teammate comprehend what you're saying? And then also when you leave that conversation, did they have a real connection with you? So I feel like if we have more of the 3 C's of communication, the team will connect better. So that way the task can get done. And it could be in a timely manner, or it could be in a matter of within seconds, because everybody's on the same vibration with each other. But then if you have a bad team, they're going to be playing like the Detroit Lions for a long period of time. And so, not saying anything bad about the Lions, but it's all the management team. Like, it comes from the management team if at a job. If you're in the business, you have to go from being a manager to a leader. People follow you because you're going somewhere. People follow you because you have that confidence. People follow you because you actually have like a really great goal in mind. You have an influence and things like that. So as teamwork, you have to be a great teammate, because at the end of the day, people will only work with you because they like you and trust you and they know you. And if they know you from being a bad teammate, then it's like they don't even want to be around you. So I take pride in that. I take true pride in being a great teammate and things like that. And sometimes you could end up at a job. You could end up doing like a lot of the work, and then they'll treat you like, they'll give you like the Russell Westbrook treatment. Russell Westbrook is an MVP, but he got like axed out because he voiced his opinion in his own way, and he gets the treatment of not he's not an MVP no more. So I feel like at the end of the day, it just depends on your environment, your team, and in the situation.
I love that. That is honestly all amazing. Teamwork, honestly, is dream work at the end of the day. As I stated before,
Right.
you can't everybody can have their own personal opinions and their thoughts and their dreams. But, if at the end of the day, you have that same mindset and same mentality as somebody else, the best part to achieve that goal is to collaborate, work together, find that networking opportunity. If it's an event, a mixer, whatever the case is, find that way to connect and bring that vision to the light. Another question that I have for you is, what advice for everybody that's listening that has not released their legend yet, that you can tell them to have them release that better life that they want to drive out to the world?
Yes. The first advice I would tell them is like, they really have to sit down and figure out why. Yeah, your why is key to everything. Like, I hear a lot of my coworkers and things like that. The reason why they go to work every single day is because of their kid. But at the same time, the reason why you're not doing work while you're at work can't be because of your kid. Like, it has to all fall in alignment with each other. If it doesn't align, then don't give it the time. And that's what I tell a lot of people. And so you have to just figure out why. You have to be very committed to yourself. You also have to be honest with yourself. That's the key. Because everybody in this world is not built for entrepreneurship, but they have the talent enough to be an entrepreneur. But at the same time, what is the difference between me and Jeff Bezos right now? I work for Amazon, right? But Jeff Bezos had did this. He was born before me. That's in my mindset. He was only born before me, but I could have created Amazon myself. So, but the reason why I want to give that analogy and that example, because he had a why. He didn't want to be in the same situation before. He started Amazon in his garage, and look what Amazon is today because of the use of internet. Like, he did not waste a lot of time, just like a lot of people I see on social media. They're watching other people's content, and their input to output ratio is garbage. They're taking in garbage all day, and what's coming from their mouth is a lot of garbage. But maybe from Jeff Bezos' perspective, he took in a lot of information and he applied it right away. Application of knowledge is power. You have to really apply yourself with the knowledge you learn at ASAP, because at the end of the day, if you're an entrepreneur, you got to come up with different ways. Like, every way won't work, but there's a system that happens after that. And also, the reward is a lot higher than being just an employee for someone else all the time. The reward is a lot higher because the risk is a lot higher as well too, depending on where you at and things like that. But don't be afraid to like take risks. Don't be afraid to like go out and go get it, because you have the strength in order for you to go out there and get it. You just have to, like, going back to what I was saying, you have to just figure out why. Like, your why has to be stronger than the excuses. A lot of people have the bad case of the excuse-itis, inflammation of excuses all the time. And so that's like the best advice I can give, because my why is my personal why is like strong. I've been working since I was 15 years old. I'm tired of working. I've seen people come in and then come to these companies and they don't want to put in their work. I'm a hard worker, and it's like, going back to the teammate situation, I've been a great teammate to people. I know how to communicate with people, but I've developed skills all the time over the period of time. And it's like, you can do the same thing too to become the best version of yourself. And once you become the best version of yourself, nothing can ever stop you, because only you can stop you at that point, because you are designed and you have your own gifts that God has given you at the end of the day, where you can shine in what you want to do. And then You just don't want to compare yourself to other people because they might be at different levels in their lifetime right now as opposed to you. But it's going back to the skills, into the dedication, into the commitment, and the consistency that was all aligned with what we were just talking about.
No, I love that. That's honestly all amazing. The few things I would like to add on to that is,
Okay.
and I've said this on other episodes of mine and other podcasts and live streams, but at the end of the day, God puts you all on this earth for a reason. You,
Right.
myself, our neighbors, our friends, our family, everybody has a reason for being on this earth. You could be 16, you could be 25, you could be 50, 80 years old. I seen a video actually earlier today, which I shared on my social media, was an elderly couple, actually. They were 70 and 76. They were on Dancing with the Stars performing. That was always one of their dreams, to go out there and perform in front of somebody. Age is just a number at the end of the day. You had that dream, you had that mindset, and like you said, and you said it best, it is you versus you at the end of the day. I've said this on other episodes of mine too, but you have to believe in yourself. You have to find your why. You have to find your reason. Yes, and I just want to throw this out there because I know you touched on it with the working for somebody else. There's nothing wrong with working for somebody else.
Thank
I
you.
work for somebody else as well. That's not what we say at all. At the end of the day, yes, Johnie and I are both entrepreneurs and we have our own things going on. But, the end of the day is, and it's not just entrepreneur, whatever it is, if it's music, if it's art, if it's whatever the case is, whatever dream, whatever idea that pops in your mind, you should act on it. You don't want to be 70, 80 years old, 90 years old on your deathbed saying, damn, I'd never tried that in my life. Damn, I wish I would have tried this to do in my life. Life is too short to have regrets. Life is too short to have resentments. Every day when you wake up, you should like you said, show your gratitude, show your humbleness, and fight those dreams, fight those passions, and create that vision that you have. God believed in you so much that he gave you a chance on his earth. So let's show him what it is that you guys are capable of. My last question actually is there any news updates or amazing things that you would like our viewers to know of what's coming up next for your brand, for ImpactAMillion, for your business, and for you, just you in general?
Yes, and that's a great take as well too from what you were saying about what God has put us on earth to do. Like we all have a unique gift that we have to share with everyone, but you have to unlock it. You have to be willing. And that's the thing about human beings. We have to be willing to learn how to unlock our gifts. But yeah, definitely. So what Impact Million is all about, I specialize in financial literacy. So I became a licensed financial strategist to help those who are needing help with their finances and things like that. At this point of everyone's life, everyone needs some sort of guidance with their finances, especially after 2020. 2020 was the biggest wake up call for a lot of people who did not have a second stream of income, or if they did have a second stream of income, where is the money going to? How are you setting yourself up for retirement? How are you protecting your family? How are you going forward with, hey, look, if you buy a vehicle, but at the same time it depreciates as soon as you buy it. So the knowledge of, hey, look, you just want to live like not you want to live below your means for a certain period of time, just so that you can live like no one else later down the line. If that makes sense to a lot of the audience that we have right now, because a lot of the times we're going to help people with debt. And there's a lot of people that had a lot of debt since 2020. They were paying bills with their credit cards and they're still paying off credit cards now and things like that. So specialize in credit, see what's on your credit report, things like that. But that's why I wanted to partner with the Black Sheep, because I feel like just talking about financials in general, it's really hard on people because it's an uncomfortable conversation. I don't mind having an uncomfortable conversation, and that's why I feel like I'm the black sheep of my family, because I was always at a young age I used to hear, I don't have any money to do this, I don't have any money to do that. But I'm looking at the situation, and I felt like I was always a financial guru at a younger age. Like that was the birth of that. So as I gotten older and older and older, I'm like, I can be a financial strategist. I didn't know this until 2020. I'm 32 now. So it's like everything happened for a reason, but everything happened the way it's supposed to happen. So, like I said, like I'm licensed financial strategist, and then I also have my house of brands. So I do help people like with CBDs. I do help people with like working out, things like that. So health is wealth at the end of the day, and so I'm really excited for it. And I'm really excited to partner with the Black Sheep.
Hell yeah, I love that. My last, I guess, advice that I want to throw out there is, I don't know if everybody has heard this saying before: Rome was not built in a day.
Right.
And with that, with where I'm trying to take that point and example as, is no matter how far you guys think that you have and came, trust me, I do this to myself. For all my viewers that I've slowly told a little bit about my life and things like that about, I tend to do this myself. We tend to not give ourselves enough accomplishment, enough gratitude, and much appreciation for all the work that you have put in.
Mm-hmm.
With that saying of Rome was not built in a day, just because you failed yesterday or you failed 2 days ago of something you're trying to do today, guys, I said it before, wake up and see that you have better potential than that. Like, you failed at something, but yesterday is over with. You're never going to live that day again. You're never going to live that moment again. That time period is gone. Like, relive that moment, but in a better way, in a different scenario, in a different outcome. Create that legacy you guys want. Create that mankind, that empire that we are turning from. At the end of the day, as everybody knows, the Black Sheep, who we are, is from underdogs to legends. And what we stand for is creating that legend mentality out of you. We can't make you guys achieve your dreams, but we can sure and hell help you guys achieve that mindset to go out there and make sure every dream of yours gets hit, crushed. I will just throw this out there. I beat my new record, my personal weight goal for what I hit on leg press. I passed it out the water, and I was very shocked because for people that know me personally, my leg strength is not the greatest, but I broke 340 on leg press, which is like the highest I've ever done. With that is just, you guys fail at something, you can't do something, keep fighting at it, keep driving. My last thing that I just want to touch on is Saturday, March 25th. We are going to have one of the best networking pop-up shops to hit the Chicagoland area. And Johnie and I have said it before on our lives and talked about it, many, many times. But this is not a typical event. This is not a typical pop-up shop. This is a movement. This is a family. This is an organization that's here to create that person that you guys really deserve to become. Who you guys stand for is going to get shown at this event. We are going to have a live DJ. We're going to have a singer. We're going to have a 360 photo booth, savoring food vendors. Food vendors are going to be soul food and Puerto Rican food. We are going to have 8 different business vendors that are going to be at this event. So make sure you guys come on out, show the love. Johnny's going to have a table over there. So make sure you guys stop at Johnny's table to see how his setup is. Find out how you can reach your financial goals. Another thing that we are doing with these events is we are going to have a big raffle. At the end of the event, this raffle is going to have 10 different options that you guys are going to have a part of to win, being from a juicer to a Chick-fil-A T-shirts for all my listeners who know my other brand Dreams to Reality. What this event is for, guys, is to support small businesses. We're a family. We're an organization. And like I said, our motto is from underdogs to legend. So come rock with us. John, you have anything to add on to the event?
Yes, sir. So if you come to my table, I have a small raffle myself along with the big raffle. So when you come, just come and hang out and chill with us and support the local entrepreneurs. We put our blood, sweat, and tears into this, and just to see how maybe you would want to do something like this in the near future if you're already an entrepreneur that never experienced doing an event like this before, and you want to get your own personal brand out. And then also, like I said, along with the raffle, you can just take pictures with us. We're all a big family. That's what it's all about. Take pictures, network with each other. Who knows? You might come and find like your future husband up there or future wife up there. Who knows? It's all about networking. And so, like I said, Jordan, I really do appreciate the opportunity for you having me as a vendor for our event, and I really do appreciate that.
Of course, man. You know, the big thing that to touch on one of our questions is teamwork, guys. Johnie and I had the same out goal and the same vision mindset of what we're trying to create legacy wise. And we brought that vision together. I brought him into the Black Sheep. We joined the families, the ImpactAMillion and the Black Sheep. There's going to be many, many things that you guys definitely want to stay tuned for both. I will be sharing this link to this podcast or this episode as well as Johnny's Instagram page. Make sure you guys tune into our Instagram. It's going to be at the Black Sheep Official _. You will find all of our vendors, all of our event information, the address, the link to the Eventbrite. We are going to be dropping later on this evening as a free event. So we have until 5 o'clock today. As soon as 5 hits, it is going to be a free open event. All tickets are still going to be via Eventbrite just to know who is actually coming to the event. But make sure you guys connect with us. I appreciate you for taking the time to hop on our episode. Make sure you guys show some love to Johnie and his brand. Connect with all of the other vendors at our upcoming event. I appreciate you all. Until next episode, which we will be dropping hopefully on Thursday. If not, we will be dropping it on Sunday evening. So make sure you guys tune in with us. Super big things that are going to be happening with the Black Sheep. Just to throw a small sneak peek out before we end this episode, we are dropping a little bit of a clothing line. So we will drop that information soon for the Black Sheep. So make sure you guys come rock with us. We're a family. We're a community. And no matter what, we're here to support each other. That's what small businesses and families do. So let's show the love for each other and come rock with us March 25th. Till next episode. Love y'all.